technology.
Oh, this is going to be fun, fun, fun. Well, technology is great when it works.
Right.
Here we go. Okay, we're live.
Cool.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Fargo, and I am division manager at North American Title of Southern Nevada, but more importantly, I'm a moderator on Lab Code Agents. Thank you to Tristan for giving me that opportunity. I love you in a very HR inappropriate way. I love you. And I host the Rockstars of Las Vegas real estate. So every week I bring you people that are just killing it in the market and doing well and have been through the ups and downs. And everyone knows that right now nationally, in many markets are taking a gut shot because of COVID or whatever else. And so it's talking to people who have ridden through those and who are riding through those now. And we're a very collaborative group at Lab Code Agents. So it's just really the good side of the force and letting people, kind of share and their challenges, but also celebrate their wins. So as you are listening and watching, feel free to hop on, ask questions, and I will get them to my guest this week is Harvey Tadmor. Not only is he strikingly handsome and just an amazing guy, but Harvey's also the broker owner of Real Simple Las Vegas. Is that right? Or Real Simple MV?
Real Simple Real Estate.
Real Simple Real Estate. I'll get it right eventually. Real Simple Real Estate. But Harvey's been in the business for a while and has a ton of experience. So Harvey, first of all, thank you. Thanks for hopping on.
I appreciate you having me.
I know you've got a lot going on, so we will get to it. So tell everybody, like, how long have you been in Vegas? Let everyone know a little bit more about you.
So I'm one of the unique ones. I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. I am a native.
There you go.
I was here way before it really exploded. I can remember being little and asked, do I live in a hotel? Crazy things like that. So I've been here my whole life, 35 years.
So you're saying that people that live in Las Vegas don't live at the Bellagio or the Four Queens or something like that? That's crazy.
Yeah, believe it or not, we actually try to stay as far away from there as possible.
You're not kidding. That's for anyone that is coming on. And if you do not live here, the only time that, and Harvey's, married with kids, I'm married with kids, and Harvey can attest that the only time you go to the Strip is if there's a concert you want to see, yep, or it's date night and it's like a really good restaurant and you know that they have like the best chicken marsala you've ever had in your life and it's worth going down the Strip for. Yep. That's the only time you go.
Or if you live here. Comes in from Colorado and you got to go.
Oh, that's the other one is, here's another little secret for you, everybody. When you contact your friend that lives in Vegas and they go, oh, that's so great, you're going to be here, but I'm going to be out of town, or I'm busy that weekend. It means they just don't want, it's not they don't want to see you, but they've had it with the Strip. They just don't want to go down there. That's exactly what it is. So a little bit of inside information for you. So Harvey, tell me what got you into real estate? You're born and raised here. What is it that got you into this crazy business?
So I'm actually a third generation realtor. My dad is an agent as well. My family background is in development and land assemblage. So since I was a young kid, I can remember my grandfather Fred running around town to his different car lots that he rented or pieces of land that he was putting together. And, just was in and around the investment side of real estate. And then, slowly got into the actual realtor side of it.
And what was it about, like, going around with your grandfather? Like, when was it when you got, like, the bug, when it bit you? Because I'm the same way. I'm third generation. When was that moment, do you think? You remember?
I want to say it was probably middle school age. And I was so fascinated by negotiation because I typically stray away from it because I don't like conflict. But to watch, it was actually my dad negotiating a deal. And I remember being so uncomfortable for both of them during the deal. But at the end, they were both happy and everyone got what they wanted. So that whole aspect of like, yes, it's uncomfortable and there's going to be tough times, but at the end, we'll all kind of get what we want. That was so fascinating to me.
That's great.
So
that's great because it's funny that because you see that during the consummation of a deal, kind of from beginning to end, it can get cantankerous. It can get bloody sometimes.
Right.
But then at the end of it, if your client gets what they want and the other side's client gets what they want, we're all good. And then just keep moving forward and go on to the next deal.
Absolutely. That's one of
Right?
my biggest things that I tell my agents is check your ego at the door, because I see so many deals blow up because an agent's ego gets in the way versus doing the right thing for the deal and to get the deal done. Sometimes, yes, it's frustrating. Sometimes you're going to have to do something you don't want. But if you check your ego and remember that you're trying to get to the end result, most of the time you'll get there.
For those of you that are brand new agents, and you're getting into this business right now, and you want to drive the flashy car and have a nice watch and do all that, you can get all that. But Harvey just gave you an absolute gem, and that is take your ego and check it at the door, because you're not important. Okay, your client is who is important. What they want, what they need, that's what's most important. So thank you for bringing that up. I think a lot of realtors they get into this thing and it's not what they do,
Right.
and then it affects their income. So
For sure.
hello, Adam Schwartz. Adam Schwartz is the greatest ever. # call your mother. That's what he says in all of his live streams. He's a stud. What's the one thing that you would credit for your success of where you've gotten now?
Again, and it comes kind of the family motto: be the hardest worker in the room. There are no shortcuts to success. Nothing good ever comes easy. If you want something bad enough, you got to go out and work hard and keep working until you get it. My family can tell you there's a lot of times I sacrifice being with them because I work or something has to get done. I really try to make it a point to not interfere with family time, because that's just as important. But sometimes going the extra mile and being the hardest worker in the room or during the deal will set you apart. And I feel a lot of times that's why my clients or agents like to do business with me, is because, if there's a problem at 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to deal with it. Last year, I was in the middle of a family vacation in Hawaii at Alani with Mickey Mouse, and I had a $3.5 million deal blowing up. And guess what? Mickey Mouse had to wait to see me until I was done fixing the problem. Now, my wife wasn't thrilled about that, but sometimes that's what it takes to be successful.
And that's it. It's the extra time. I think you're absolutely right, and the extra effort that gets into it. So, given all of that, what's the largest deal that you've done so far?
The largest single-handed deal I just actually closed was a $6 million deal for a residential lot in one of the luxurious communities here in town.
Wait. $6 million is awesome, by the way. That's like, most people will never even get that close. So congratulations on that. But $6 million for the house, right?
For a piece of land.
What?
Yeah. So I've been very fortunate. I work with a lot of celebrities and athletes. Vegas and Nevada in general, because of our tax rules and regulations and no state income tax and things like that, is a very investor-friendly town. Because I'm younger, I understand kind of what more the younger, let's say, athletes are wanting, and I understand their needs. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to be able to negotiate a deal. But that being said, that was almost a year, 18-month deal from start to finish. So again, nothing comes quick or easy. There was a lot of work, a lot of negotiating, a lot of things had to happen, but we got it done.
And how much of your business is actually from out of state?
So I am a broker in salesperson, but I also own a flip business where an investment company. I would say about my personal realtor business, I would say about 10%, maybe 20% is from out of town people coming here. What I am seeing with a lot of our flips or investment properties that we're selling, probably almost half right now are being bought by people coming in, a lot of Californians. Again, because of our tax structure, we're a lot less, a lot more affordable than some of the other states. So we're seeing, a big influx, from out of state buyers. That's definitely for sure.
I think that we're going to see even more with what's going on. Heidi Williams says hi, by the way. And then some guy named Rand Tadmor. I don't know if you know who that is or not.
He claims to be my dad. I don't know.
Oh, it's your father. Well then. So proud of his integrity where he puts his clients first. I'm also very proud that he understands the rehab top to bottom. At 10 years old, he asked me to paint the first house or drive the Bobcat. He really, really understands color design, how to get the maximum exposure for the real estate. That's pretty good. I'm going to give him a love for that. And he also calls you Sonny Boy, which I think is the most adorable thing ever.
That is true.
I've already said that.
In a power meeting with a bunch of big guys in town, and he's saying that, but I'll take it.
For those that don't know, it's Harvey's dad has been doing real estate here in town for 1,014 years, and I think he helped Bugsy Siegel get his first single family residential 4,000 foot ranch. I think that Ronnie had something to do with that deal. Probably. And so we appreciate your comments. And it is funny because I have had the pleasure of being in some meetings where there's some pretty powerful people of Las Vegas there, where Harvey's really running the meeting, and your father's there referring to you as Sonny or Sonny Boy, which is the most adorable, endearing thing ever. Because I will do the same with my son if I am lucky enough to be around and he goes into real estate. I'll do the same thing. So I think that is like one of the you and your dad have a great relationship, by the way. It's super, super cool to have a front row seat, to that one. Yep. And let's talk a little bit more about the flip business, because you see everybody who has, they go take the online classes. I'm not going to mention any companies, but there's ones that you pay a bunch of money and you get a CD or and you get you should be doing flips like that. And you were born into it, really, right?
I was.
Okay, so you've got a leg up, but with the flips that you're doing, first of all, how strong do you see the investor / flip market right now in Southern Nevada?
Well, there's two parts to that question. One, if you have the inventory now, you're doing very well, because I've only seen this market like this 2005, 2006, when we were just skyrocketing. I contributed to the coronavirus, being quarantined. A lot of people are seeing that they can function from home and have a home office. So I think a lot of people are wanting more space, maybe a pool for the kids to keep them occupied because they can't go to school. So right now we're kind of seeing an inventory shortage. And if you're listing a good property, you'll probably have multiple offers within a day. So again, if you have the inventory, you're good. To try to find new inventory is really tough, because again, there's end users that might see that it needs work, but are willing to pay, more than we are, because they don't have to make the spread to make the investment work. So, but, my advice to anyone that wants to flip is do not go and watch a TV show and think you can go flip a house. There are so many more elements to it. My number one frustration as a broker when I'm going to show other clients houses that have been flipped is the quality and, again, the integrity of the job done. Yes, you're in the business to make money as a flip, but my number one motto is like, would I let my family live in this house? I will go over budget and I will lose money to make a house right before I sell it, just because that's how it's got to be. Some of these guys, make them look pretty, but, once you dive into them, the ceiling's crooked, the floor's not down right, so it's definitely a slippery slope.
How, if we're talking to somebody right now that was a realtor, but, and they had some cash set aside and they were interested in getting in the flip investment business, what's the best advice you'd give them?
As far as advice, I'd probably say make sure you have a good contractor or someone that can do the work. If you're in and around the business, you can look at pricing and comps and know what the end value should be. But if you don't have a good contractor that can give you a firm price up front of what the cost should be or around, you can sink so much money into a property and be stuck tenfold. So one of the biggest keys that I have found is good workmanship in a contractor to do the work.
And how hard is it to find a good contractor?
It is some work, especially again, right now in Vegas, we're booming. So all the good guys are busy or they charge a premium. So luckily, again, with the family relationship, the history in town, we have multiple contractors, at hand. So if one's busy, we're able to go another direction, but they're out there. There are good guys, just do your homework, a lot of referrals, maybe see other work they've done in the past, maybe check with some of their past clients. That's always a key to me, because a client's going to tell you if they were happy and satisfied at the end.
And I want to switch gears a little bit on you, because you mentioned before a lot of people from California.
Sure.
Why are people coming here from California?
Again, California's tax rate versus ours, our property tax, and these are just things that are people telling me. But more importantly, our property pricing, what you can get here versus most of California, is a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
So, people in California are selling their homes, taking that profit and coming here and having little to no mortgages, or are able to put a very strong down payment down on a property, and actually have more property than they had in California with less property tax, and now if they create residency, now they don't have, state income tax, so they're saving there. So it's just a lot of financial. I also think our rules and regulations, and, we have room to grow. We're not really on top of each other. So we joke here that, oh my gosh, we have to go across town. It's going to take 25 minutes. I was in LA a couple months ago and I went 6 miles in 25 minutes. So,
yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with it. It's just maybe an easier lifestyle here.
Agreed. All right. I've got 3 more questions for you, my friend, and then we're done.
Okay.
The first one is, if you could be anything besides a real estate agent, what would it be? What would you do?
So I actually started to go to school to be an architect, and that is, I was going to school to be an architect, but I had also got involved in the investment world in real estate and started making money and thought I was a big shot. So I stopped going to school. So my passion has always been building and designs and architecture in general. That's why I love the flip business, because I love more than anything taking some of our vintage houses, maybe downtown here, and keeping their style and integrity and making them functional again and bringing them back to life. It's just a true passion of mine.
And so my next question is, if you could go back in time and speak with an 18-year-old Harvey Tadmor, what advice would you give yourself?
I would probably say to embrace failure more. Use it as a learning experience. Definitely, I came into real estate when Vegas was booming, right before the huge economic collapse, lost everything. I mean, I went from having 3 or 4 houses and every car that you could imagine to pretty much being homeless, essentially, with no cars and having to go run valet just to make ends meet. But what I would tell myself is embrace those times, because that's where you learn your biggest lessons. It's hard to maybe see it at the time, but for everything that I've gone through, I don't think I would change anything, because that's what's made me who I am today. You know what I mean? And it's only made me better. So, I guess it would be, always see the light even in the darkness.
I love it. I love it. All right. My last one, and I take this, I give, this is not an original question.
Okay.
I take this from, used to be a show on PBS called The Actors Studio, and the host was James Lipton, and the guy would have a big stack of blue cards, and he would interview actors and actresses. And it was great. And so I take this question from him. What's your favorite word?
We've talked about this in the past, and I've really put some thought into it, because if you would ask me this probably 7.5 years ago, I'd probably say money or sold. The word that comes to mind now is dad or daddy. I have 3 kids that are my world, and there is nothing better than when I walk in the door at night and I hear them yell "Daddy" and run to me. So when I hear that, that's my everything.
I love it. I love it. Good stuff, my friend. And if somebody wants to get in touch with you and get a hold of you, what's the best way?
So my cell phone number, like I said, I'm always around. You can call or text me at 702-292-6788. You can email me, harvey@realsimplenv.com, NV like Nevada, or look for me on social media. Again, Real Simple NV on Instagram, and then Real Simple Real Estate on Facebook.
Great. Thank you, my friend. Keep rocking.
It was an honor.
You're the best.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.